let's get into a little Stanley Cup final talk. Game 3 coming up tonight between the Oilers and Panthers. And will we see the same like we have in the NBA Finals with the Florida Panthers going up 3-0 tonight? It appears captain for Florida, Alexander Barkov, is expected to play coming up tonight. He looked good at practice yesterday. But this is a team also that, for as well as they've played, got out of their routine yesterday due to the travel issues that they had. We talked about it with Mike Palm on the program earlier today. They were sitting on a tarmac for 4 hours before they had to take a 5-hour cross-country, cross-border trip. What's your evaluation here of Game 3 and your approach with Florida?
Well, sitting on a tarmac in a private jet's a lot nicer than sitting one in a Southwest airplane, right? So I'm not going to feel awful here for the Florida Panthers and their travel issues there. I've bet Florida Game 1. I bet Florida Game 2. I bet Florida Game 3. I think they're just simply the better team. And you saw frustration take over for the Oilers in that third period of Game 3 as well. They haven't been able to get it going on the power play, and that was the key coming into this series. Was Edmonton going to be able to win special teams? Because that was their chance to win this series. 5-on-5, Florida is just the better team. We saw a lot of late money. I thought that was interesting on Edmonton in Game 2. I'm interested to see if we see that same money flow in. I bet Florida plus 120. We've seen that tick down to plus 114 now. If we get this number up, if we do get that late Edmonton push again, I'm going to rebet Florida again. I also played some reverse puck line here. So I took Florida minus the goal and a half. You can get that at a monster number. Plus 190 was the last. I'm sorry, plus 220 was the last I saw. So I'm interested in Florida being able to win in regulation. Florida minus 1.5. Florida win the game. They're simply the better team, and their penalty kill has been phenomenal against this Oilers power play. You've got the better goaltender in Bobrovsky over Skinner as well. I think Florida just kind of keeps it rolling here. And they've been very good on the road as well. This isn't a team that's going to struggle just because they're going on the road. And when I went to Game 3 in St. Louis against Boston, and it had been a long time, 50 years since St. Louis went to a finals. The building had a lot of nervous energy, and you could tell the players felt that as well. I think it's going to be a great atmosphere in Edmonton, but I do think there's going to be a nervous energy here in a must-win game. And that's a situation where I kind of like the road team being able to go in and be able to steal one. So I think we see that early push from the Oilers. So I do like Oilers first to 5 shots, but I like Florida in the game. I think they're going to be able to come out and eventually assert their will, be able to pem Edmonton in their own zone, much like they did in Game 2, and be able to just kind of overwhelm this Oilers team. So I'm all over the Panthers again tonight.